been a hot minute since I did a YouTube video and I feel really bad about it. Honestly, I think I stepped into doing YouTube a bit naive. I didn't anticipate how long it would take to edit one video of a week's worth of footage because I filmed a lot. Now, don't get me wrong, I know I'm probably going to get quicker and I'm going to be better at filming what's actually important and what you guys want to see, but it took a lot out of me, and the thought of doing it every single Monday was way too much to handle, especially during packing week, designing week for the mail club. It was just too much. So I kind of got really scared and I stepped away, which in hindsight probably wasn't the best course of action. But I'm back, and this week we are going to be designing April's edition of the Positive Pals Club. If you don't know what the Positive Pals Club and you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Molly, and I run a mail club called the Positive Pals, where every month I send a good news story illustrated into a bunch of goodies to over 150 people at the moment. And this month we're also getting an upgrade for the Positive Pals. I've wanted to expand it for such a long time, like add some more things into it and just make it look a bit more full, if that makes any sense. Like, I always felt like something was missing. So I asked you guys on Instagram, what would you like to see added into the Positive Pals? And everybody seemed to vote for an extra surprise goodie, which I absolutely love because that gives me so much freedom as to what I can put into it every month. It doesn't have to be the same thing and it doesn't feel like repetitive or anything like that. It gives me so much more space to do whatever, really. So this month we are adding an extra page into the newspaper and an extra goodie, which I'm so excited for, but I'm also anxious because I've got so much going on this month. I am doing my first ever market next month, which is very nerve-wracking and I'm very excited for it, but there is so much to do. And also with expanding the Positive Pals, I've got all of that to design, print and send out within that time frame before the market. So this week the plan is to get it all designed, all printed, so I can make all the social posts and show you guys what I've made, so that hopefully the following weeks I can prep for the market, which will hopefully be a separate vlog and I will hopefully not run away from it this time. You guys voted for the good news story all about the pigeon rescue team that are in London. Did all the sketches yesterday. Today I have started the print already and I haven't filmed it, but I've just started the base colours. Now I need to go with the line and etc. And I'm also hopefully planning to do the sticker today, but we'll see. Let's get finishing on the print. This is my favourite part of when I finish the print, is printing it for the first time, because it's either going to look really, really good and colourful and the colours come out great and I love it, or it can go the opposite way and not look how I expected. Also, just for reference, you might have seen on the clips that you've just watched that I had a little reference image of a pigeon with the colours that I was using. That is actually one of the stickers / postcards that I've made for the market, because I've made so many new products for the market, which I'm going to show you in another video. And I was just using that for reference because I really, really liked how the colours printed on those stickers and the postcard. So I'm hoping here that it's going to be okay. As that is taking ages to print, let me show you what the other plans are for the other things that are going into April's edition, and so you get kind of a gist of what I'm going to do. So this is the plan for April. I did come up with this print idea first, and I did like it, but I also just thought there's so much blank space. It's not really me because I'm not really a building drawing kind of person, and obviously London is very concrete and not much green and colour. So I kind of went for something a bit different, and then this was the sketch that I did for the print that I'm going to show you in a second. I'm also going to do a postcard because I've never put one of those in the Positive Pals, and I would love to do that. This is the sticker. Honestly, it's just a little bit of fun. And for the first time, I'm going to do a keychain. I have done keychains in the past for my shop, but I haven't done one for the Positive Pals because of the fact that as it is a letter with Royal Mail, there are certain standards and widths that it has to be able to be classed as a letter, otherwise it's a large letter. But recently, for some reason, every international order that I send with the Positive Pals, which I think there's about 43 at the moment, they have to be sent as a large letter if they're classed as sales of goods. I don't know why this is. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if I'm just being stupid, but for some reason it won't let me send it as a letter standard. I thought for just a little bit of an additional price of paying extra for a large letter for the UK members, I would be able to send thicker, bigger items, which I think is really cool. And I know it's not really typical mail club-ish material, you could say, as a lot of it's just paper, stickers, flat things. But as it's 6 months, I did want to do something special, and I have been wanting to do a keychain for a while. I'm actually going to use shrinky dink paper or shrink plastic, which I have used in the past for earrings. I haven't really done keychains with them because I never really seem to get the size right, but I want to, sort that out and get that done. I'm really excited for this one, but I'm going to have to make over 150 keychains, which I didn't put much thought into considering I have a market to plan for. But the print has now finished printing, and let me show you because I can see it and I'm really excited. That's so cute! Look how majestic she is! I think that even if you're not majorly into pigeons, because I know that there's definitely very different opinions on them, but I thought, you know what? You can't not think that that's cute. A little dancing bird. Come on. Let's do the sticker. managed to do the print and the stickers all in the same day. I do kind of want to make them holographic. I just think that they look cuter. I think it looked better. And also, I think a cowboy pigeon has to be holographic. I just think it's the law. I feel like it's going to have to go into like the description of the Positive Pals that at least one thing is going to be holographic every month. Also, if you're wondering, this is the sticker paper that I use. I get it on Amazon, but recently I found that they actually have their own website where they sell it in bulk, and I wish I knew before. Good morning, everyone. The sun is out. That means I'm happy. And yes, you're not hallucinating. I am wearing the same shirt as yesterday. I have done the design for the postcard and the keychain last night when I was laying in bed. So I am shocked that I got every single thing drawn and done yesterday, which is wild. I don't think I've actually ever drawn everything in one day. I'm a bit worried about the keychains because I'm printing them on shrink plastic. Now, I have used shrink plastic before, but I haven't used it on this current printer that I've got at the moment. So, before, I only used to be able to print it as A5, so I'd have to cut the sheet to size, I'd have to put a plain piece of paper on the back with tape, and then it would print. I'm going to try and print A4 on this printer. I don't know if it's going to work. I am praying that it does because it will make my life 10 times easier, and it means that it will work with my Cricut, because if it doesn't, we're going to have a problem. But we're going to work it out and it's going to be fine. So I'm going to put these designs into Cricut and I'm going to get the keychains done first because I fear that's going to take the longest time to figure out print settings, the sizes, see if it works on the Cricut. There's just, yeah, there's quite a lot to digest on that one. Now, printing with shrink plastic is difficult because obviously when you're printing the design and once you heat it up, it is going to shrink. I think it's about like 50-70% of the actual size that it is. That's how it shrinks. This is where it can get a little bit tricky. So for the first one, I'm going to print loads of different sizes, hopefully on one A4 sheet of paper, because that will save me a lot of time, because cutting them all out will take a really long time. But we're going to figure it out. So I think I'm going to do a 12 centimeter, 12 centimeter, 10 centimeter, and 7 centimeter one, just to test it. I would prefer the 10 centimeter one just because that means I can fit more on a sheet, and I obviously don't want to waste anything. I'm just really panicking that I'm going to have to cut them all out, and I fear that that is what's going to have to happen. Right. I'm also going to be using my deep cut blade on the Cricut to cut them out. I have never used it. I ordered it the other day. So this is a whole new thing for me. I'm really, really hoping that this works. This is what the sheet looks like. There is a glossy side and then there's a matte side. You want to print on the matte side. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's printing. Is it actually doing it? This is the blade that I bought for my Cricut to cut this material. I did actually buy it to cut magnets, I don't know if this is going to work either. But I mean, this is working. I'm going to show you the print. Can you see, it's smudged around the marker lines for the cricket. But the designs have turned out okay. I'm not too mad about that. Yeah, she's not liking that. She's not happy. Okay, I've got an idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to print the same design onto just plain paper, and then I'm going to cut out the marks and tape them onto where the marks should be. Nothing like a bit of arts and crafts, am I right? This is what I've done. Can you see? I have cut out, oh, I don't know if the lighting is terrible. I have cut out I tore out the paper corners, the markers, and put it on the sheet. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will, so she's doing it. But problem is she going to like the material, and is she actually going to cut it? I say she, I always talk about my cricket like she's a woman. We're going to go and heat them up now and see what happens. I need to go preheat the oven. Welcome to my kitchen. So we're going to be using a baking tray, and we're going to use baking paper. So we're going to put these on the baking sheet. They have to go matte side up. You've got to give them enough space in between them because they curl around and they sort of dance a bit. So you've got to give them a bit of space to do that. Don't mind me. Now I'm going to get a glass because when they come out I am going to flatten them. It's just to make sure that they are fully flat. Got to be quick on this one. They do cool down really quickly. So the colours are not how I want them to be. They're definitely too faded, so we need to put the opacity up. I think they look better on this shiny side rather than the matte side. So I'm going to flip the design so that the writing is obviously the right way. And I think I need to up the opacity as well because those colours are not it for me. These are the 3 sizes that I've done. I think I prefer this one, but it's between these 2. So what size do you think? Good morning. It is Wednesday. Yesterday I got really frustrated with the keychains. They were smudging, they weren't printing right, it was bleeding out, it was just not looking very good. So I took a step back. I thought I'm going to leave it for now and I'm going to come back and revisit it today, which I have. First print went absolutely great. It honestly, whenever you get frustrated, just step back for 5 minutes and then it all works out. I lowered the opacity to 65%, which was lower than what I wanted, but they turned out really cute. I also did the backing card. I didn't really film that much of it because, in all honesty, I just wanted to like hone in and getting it all correct and all right. So I was like, I'm not going to talk to the camera because if I do, then I'm just going to not concentrate like to my full capacity. But I'm really happy with how they turned out. I did the little backing cards, which I'm really happy with. The plastic wallets that I currently have don't fit the backing cards, but I do have some somewhere that do fit, and I'm going to order some more. But I'm really happy with them. I really love them. I also printed out the postcard, which looks super cute as well. So we have all the goodies done and dusted, apart from the plastic packaging that the keychain will go into. So now we have the job of designing the new newspaper. So we're adding 4 extra pages, basically 1 more A4 sheet of paper into the newspaper. I have got so many cute ideas. I am redesigning parts of the previous newspaper that I did, so I've got quite a lot to do this afternoon. Hello, it is Thursday morning. I've just finished writing up the newspaper. I do still have some things to add into it. I'm also waiting for the charity to get back to me so I can fill in some little questions that I had for them, and I can give you some more information about what they do and who they are. So let's go through the new newspaper together so you can see all of the new things, all of the old things, and yeah, I'm just really excited to share it with you. So the front page is exactly the same as it's always been. It has the introduction to the good news story that has been chosen this month, which is all about the London Pigeon Rescue. It also features the print that I've done. It's always featured the print. I don't know why I don't do anything else, but I just always loved the print on the front cover. On the inside, I haven't finished writing the story just yet, so there is a little bit of a gap, but there is more space now to finish the story because I would always write it and always think, God, I wish that there was more space to tell you more about this, because I have moved about the art to the other side of the page where I can also have more space to talk about why I drew what I drew and how I did it, and yeah, just the inspiration behind each piece. The Skittle Sketch column, which is a little place where I can say my thoughts on what I've done, where I've been, what's been happening in my life and as an illustrator, has grown a little bit in size because I've changed the image. I wasn't so happy with the first initial one, so I'm really happy that I have made this changed into a little like illustration that I did of myself months ago that I actually really love. On the inside, we have more space for readers' good news stories, which are my favourite part of the newspaper. One of my favourite things is reading through all of the good news submissions. You don't have to be a member to submit your good news story to the newspaper. It's just really nice to read like actual real people's like happiness and joys, and they might be really big, from getting married to buying a house to even just like getting out of bed and just getting their favourite coffee that week, or it could just be anything. And it's so sort of refreshing to be able to celebrate all these little big and small wins that everyone goes through, and it just makes it feel more human. The new addition is the tea break column, which I think I'm going to move around a little bit because I'd like a little bit more space, but I wanted a space in the newspaper where we can reflect on self-love and self-care, and we can look after ourselves, and just simple little reminders of things that we need to do to make sure that our brains are staying healthy. Also, the Let's Spread Some Joy little box is just so cute because I thought every month I can include something that we can all do, because there's over 150 of us now, which is absolutely mental. And I thought it's just a little place which, if we all collectively came together and did it, we could actually make a change. And it's just little things in our own life. It's not massive impact things. It's just easy to do things that will take you not even 20 minutes, and it just makes someone's day. We have the journal prompt. Now, I am not a journal girly. I wish that I was, because I feel like the impact of it would make my life so much better, but I just simply have not had the time to sit down and do it. So I feel a bit hypocritical putting this in. But I do love the idea of having a journal prompt. I know so many people that do journal scrapbooks, so I thought if I just put like a little question in every single month, it gives you guys something to write about, something to reflect on, and I really liked that, and hopefully it will push me to do this as well. The other good news column has had a massive space upgrade because it was such a small section on the old newspaper, and I always wanted to make it bigger because there are actually so many good news stories that just get forgotten about, and I just wanted to make more of an emphasis that so many good things happen every single month, and they might be really little, they might be really big, but I just wanted a place to include them. I have put a little section of my own good news, which, to be fair, is kind of just a place where I can reflect on good things that have happened to me that month, because I think when you're so busy and you're always rushing and you're always just non-stop go, 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 you don't have time to actually sit down and be like, what's actually happened to me this month that's good? So it was really nice to sit down and be able to do that. I really enjoyed that. So that kind of section is for me, but I don't know if anyone else will enjoy it. Then this page is probably one of my favourites. I've added a comic. Now, the comic I wasn't so sure on at the start. I really love the idea of introducing sort of newspaper-esque things into the Positive Pals newspaper, because that's what it is. And a comic just sort of really reflected like the fun side of it. I didn't know what I wanted the comic to be about, but I thought I would introduce Kiko, who you've probably seen wandering around in this video quite a lot. He is so cute and he is so funny that I just wanted a place where I can share little stories about things that he does every month, and I just thought it was cute. Everyone loves pets, and that's where the idea of the pet column was born. I thought, how cute would it be if we can all submit little things that our pets have done like this month, funny things, good things, whatever, just to add into the newspaper, because who doesn't love pets and who doesn't love a funny pet story? It makes me happy. I would assume it makes you happy, but I thought it was just a really cute idea. News of the past. This I've seen on other good news websites where they reflect on things that have happened in previous years in the same month, and I thought that was a really cute idea to sort of look at how far we've come. Obviously April is Earth Day month, so there's quite a lot of news centered around that, but I just thought it was just such a cute idea, and if we ever run out of things to put from in the past, once we've done it for a year, then I can change it again. There's no sort of set thing that I have to do with the Positive Pals, which is such a nice thing. We have new members this month, which is obviously blank because I won't be filling that in until the end of the month. It's just a place where we can celebrate the people that have joined us. And I also made a shout out section. So I'm going to choose by random one member every single month that we're just going to shout out and just to say thank you. So I've made a whole extra page for another news story. If you don't know already, over on my Instagram, I post on my story every single month on what good news story you would like me to illustrate. And it's always such a close call between two stories. Every single month, there's only been like 2, maybe 3 votes between them. And I thought, how good would it be if I could just include one page extra on the story that came second, because it needs some time, it needs its moment, and I just wanted to share it. On the back page, a few things have changed. It's purely just because I didn't really like the design of it. The crossword is still there. There is a good news forecast, which probably isn't going to change from month to month, but I just thought it was a really cute little addition. I just love sort of like illustrating little things that just make it look more real, if that makes sense. We've obviously got the 10% off code. We also have a random fact of the month, which I thought could tie into the main story. I just thought it was really cute. I thought it was really funny, and I just really enjoyed it. We also have a Let's Support section. So this month it's going to be around the actual story and other charities that do the same work as London Pigeon Rescue. But in the future, if this main story doesn't necessarily tie in with the charity, we can choose someone. You guys can always submit someone that you think deserves more recognition and more help, like GoFundMes and things like that. I just thought it's a space where we can all help them if we can. And that is the newspaper, the new newspaper, should I say. I am so excited about it. It is just my favourite thing. I've been wanting to add an extra page in for so long now, and I feel like 6 months is a really good mark to do that, because I know my capacity in terms of working and how I can get it printed, even though I'm probably going to need another printer in the near future. But I think it was just such a good thing to add into 6 months. It does kind of raise the bar for 12 months though. Once we hit 12 months, I fear I'm gonna want to do something really special, and I don't quite know what. But we're not there yet, so I can think about that later. For tomorrow morning, I'm just going to be filming content for the newspaper, which, if there's any clips, I'll put them in here, which is probably a bit boring, me filming doing content, if that makes any sense. So I'm not going to film the process of me doing that. If you do want to see that, then please let me know, because that seems to be the only thing I ever do. But I'm going to end the video here in my pyjamas because I've got a very busy weekend. My friend Yasmin's coming over. I'm very excited to just have some time off, and I'm really excited to get editing on this video and sharing it with you, because I think it's really cool to be able to look through the process of making this. I'm also really shocked that I got it done in a week. How I managed that, I have no idea. So thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, please subscribe, and I would also love it if you liked the video. I hate saying that at the end of videos, but I feel like everyone does anyway, so it's socially acceptable. If you would like to receive this month's edition of the Positive Pals Club, then please go over to my website and subscribe. We would love to have you there. It's such a lovely little community, and I'm just so glad that it's growing. Whether you are a member or you're not, thank you so much for being here and supporting me. All of your comments on my last video were just so heartwarming, and honestly made me feel like I was in such a safe space to just sort of share what I wanted to share. So thank you. And I will hopefully see you very soon with a new video about my market, which is coming up, which is Springfolk Market in Nottingham on the 12th of April. If you're around and would like to come and say hello, please do, because I'll be very nervous, and to see some friendly faces would be amazing. I will see you very soon.